Hey everyone, Shawn, Sav Mu in Vegas at the Aliante Golf Club on a special collaboration with Catalyst. And you're gonna see some really cool footage of Sav and Mu in their suits as we go through this video. And the main deal, because hey, you know, we're getting ready for that long drive competition next week in Atlanta. So after we're done here, we're heading home and then we're hightailing it back down to Atlanta to get these two into the finals of the competition, the world finals, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So really exciting times. And one of the tools that we've been using for the last 6 months with this Catalyst suit has been really instrumental in getting these two like that close to the top in the world, like they're banging on the door. So we're going to show you first and foremost what makes this machine of ours so special. We have what we call a human kinetic chain. It's driven by self-preservation, and if you have the right focus, you can activate this thing into really performing for you. So we're going to show you how that performs, and then we're going to show you how the suit really helps reinforce every weak link in this kinetic chain of yours. And then finally, you'll see me as a righty with a little dislocated finger, how we can still perform greatly because that kinetic chain is so powerful. See you in a bit. Now, check out this scenery, right?
So beautiful.
Savannah's task that she loves to use is battering ram, and that's a really special one, right?
Yeah.
So the golf swing is a 2 pendulum movement, and the delivery of that second pendulum, so Sav, if you, let's say, well now we have 2 cameras,
Yep.
So imagine you're going to deliver your battering ram over the hill, right? So you've got a very specific trajectory that you're delivering up into.
Yep.
So go ahead and do a backswing and stop. So everybody can see how Sav is turned out of the way, and she's got this beautiful loaded unit here through the snuff boxes in her wrists. So come on down in slow motion the proper way. So notice as her body is clearing out of the way, the handle of the club comes through first. There's where the battering ram is. So you got this battering ram coming through first, and then gravity is pulling hard on the club, and the release of that battering ram is going to be over the hill over there, right?
Yep.
So show me a battering ram that's improperly delivered.
Oh.
So go to the top of the backswing and stop.
Okay.
Now imagine you're casting a fishing pole over Moo's head back there. All right. So now notice this battering ram is done,
Yeah.
right?
Done.
And then you can see that because Sav has a very strong grip, if she throws everything over here, the club will close prematurely, and that sucker's off to the races down the right-hand side, you know, smoking a few gophers on the way. So show me again in the proper way. Yes. So notice that battering ram is making it through the ball, and on the launch, on the angle that you're looking for, right?
Yeah.
All right, so go ahead and do a practice swing. Deliver the ram over the hill.
It's actually a practice swing that I do in like prior to my sets too, which is it like
Fantastic.
locks in the feel for me, so I kind of let it go like that.
Awesome. So now what's left? You want to put the tip of the tee in the way of that, right? So go ahead and set up to the ball. Show me a distance to ball where you'd feel way too far away from it. So now it feels like if you deliver the ram, nothing's going to be in the way. And if you want to hit the ball, the ram's shot to hell.
Yeah.
All right, so get too close. So now it feels like that battering ram can't swing freely. So back to your normal rehearsal. Oh yeah, very nice. So the deal is you're delivering your ram come heck or high water.
Yep.
The tip of the tee is in the way or not of you delivering that ram.
Mm-hmm.
So go, let's see it through the first full rehearsal. Nice. Oh, look at that. Nutted.
Reinforces the whole feel.
Sav's ready to rock and roll next week. Can't wait to bring you those results. Now let's have a look at how Mu operates, and you'll see it's similar to the Battering Ram, but Mu loves to hammer. He loves to hammer through door frames. So let's check it out. So Mu likes to drive that sledgehammer through the door frame, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to put a club here to simulate that door frame. And we've lined it up with a nice intermediate point here that Mu likes to use all the time. So let me see a nice rehearsal, Mu.
Okay.
Now, would you say that you'd be angling the door frame to the height of the trajectory that you're looking for?
Correct, yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to angle it a bit like this so that it goes over the hill, right?
That's right, yeah.
Perfect. So Mu is going to be hitting a power fade to the right edge of that tree,
Yeah.
and fading it back behind the tree. Is that pretty much it there, Mu?
Yeah.
And what you're going to really love about Mu is he pays attention to the blur of his club. Notice where the club is passing in his swing. He'll set the club down very meticulously there and then scooch over. We call it the Mu scooch. And then he's ready to deliver that right through the door frame. Awesome. Beautiful shot.
Thank you.
So starts right down the middle
Yeah, stay.
and just stayed straight.
Yeah.
Now, here's a really very useful tip that you can use in your backyard. If you're struggling with the driver, there's several things that need to come into play as far as, you know, your ability to expand on the arc in your tool. So notice I've got some tees here that I lined up, and you can do this in your backyard. So you'll notice that if I only had one arm and I was cutting or flicking tees with one arm, it would look like a windmill, and you notice the center of that machine is over here. When I bring both hands together to take my grip, the center of that machine now is right here between my two clavicles. So if I swing back and through like we were doing with Sav before, and you could see where that club is passing, notice it's passing right there, and I can also see the low point of that swing. So now I want to feel like I'm clipping that tee on the way up. So what we're looking for is to take this tee, see how I'm just nicking the top of it, and I'm going to pull it out of the ground to make it somersault over that hill over there. More like a mountain. So I feel everything tracking from the shoulder sockets out. And what ends up happening is I'm creating this arc. I take the arc and I position it with the tee, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to try to hit the tee. I'm just going to recreate the arc and see if it clips the tee. So, and there it did. What's really important about that is I'm not the one manipulating the club to meet that tee. I just feel that the tee is in the way of the club, and now all I have to do is turbocharge this, arc. All right, so here we go. You see how everything is whistling out there. Notice how my legs are being used to turbocharge this. And that's one thing that you really don't want to be afraid of doing. We're amazing in our kinetic system. It's all self-preserving. It's never going to hyperextend and lock you up. And it's never going to, you know, super load down here, because that's not self-preserving. So then I bring that to the tee once again. My eyes are not on the ball, they're on the tee. And what I want to do is line up this kinetic chain, this blur of my club, with that intermediate point that I have in front, which is taking me right over the left edge of that bunker. And I'm going to fade it from the left edge of the bunker back to the center of the bunker. So this is where the blur is passing. Bring that in. Eyes are on the tee. And now I'm not even trying to hit the tee. I'm letting momentum track the arc, and I'm witnessing that tee being flicked to the left of the intermediate point. And boy, oh boy, I just can't do it any better than that. Dislocated finger and all. So that was basically 160 miles per hour, and I carry that puppy 296. Because my kinetic chain is intact, I just strengthened my grip a little bit more, made an adjustment, and I was able to deliver quality drive right down the pipe. So I hope you guys enjoyed this very special edition of Vegas with Catalyst, and we invite you to go check it out, and we'll see you after next week with some awesome news from the Atlanta World Long Drive. All the best.